right, what is going on, Amped Up family? It is your boys, the Amped Up Squad, and we're here to bring you part two to our current events. It is I, King Johnny V, and I'm here with Pop Rocks, that guy Amped, Eric McCown, and Love Morning. So we are stoked, and we're here ready to bring you another good series of current events that we want to share to you guys. So don't forget to always let us know what your thoughts and opinions are on these topics. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Google Play Store, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Let us know how we're doing. Don't forget to always subscribe. And we're going to start off with some more current events. So what's going on in the world, guys?
Well, y'all heard Ellen's about to cancel her show?
Man.
Oh, Ellen got canceled.
Within the next 2 years.
Yeah, within the next 2 years. But she about to...
Well, really next year.
We're about almost halfway through
2021.
So
there now.
Yeah, so next year she's calling it quits. She said, like what J3 said, it doesn't challenge her anymore. Now,
that make no sense.
To me, it doesn't either. But I figured it was going to happen. What are y'all thoughts, real quick, before I lay down my thoughts?
I thought she got canceled.
I did too.
What happened with all of that? She was treating her workers bad, and
supposedly she still got some workers there because they've been doing the virtual shows.
Well, so I think that's the big reason why she's calling it quits, because there have been too many people that come out of the woodworks that said, "Hey, you're not a good boss." So after all of that started going down, I thought she was going to be canceled for sure and just not doing it at all. But recently, she's also had a number of people kind of pitch hitting for her and doing the show, like Tiffany Haddish and a few other like stand-in hosts for her show. And so I'm like, oh, okay, so this leaves an opportunity, a window for somebody else to step in into that time slot during, prime afternoon TV. Who would y'all want to see? Who would y'all want to see? If y'all could choose a celebrity that is hot right now, who would y'all want to see? And let's leave it on the female side.
Okay.
We figure we're gonna need a female to kind of head up the helm. Who would y'all want to see?
For a talk show?
Yeah. Say that again.
This man says Zendaya.
Too busy making Spider-Man, bro.
Right.
I'm not worried about Spider-Man.
She ain't worried about talk shows.
This is what we said last episode. This man Jason be snapping. He said, "I ain't worried about no Spider-Man." Like, bruh.
Real.
Golly.
Zendaya, I think like Queen Latifah, somebody who's been around for a long time that a lot of people know.
Okay. Didn't she have a show back in the day?
I don't think so.
A talk show?
She didn't have a talk show, but she had like a sitcom like Martin, but she was one of the characters.
Oh, I don't know why I thought she had a talk show at one point. Like, I'm trying to remember. And yeah, maybe she was on somebody else's talk show and that's what it was. But yeah. But I can see that. I can see that.
Originally, I was going to say Steve Harvey to come back and do his talk shows because that man's is funny. But then you said stay on the female side. So I was thinking maybe Michelle Obama, even though that's probably not something that she would do. She's very intellectual per se. And I think, intellectual and very persuasive. She can get a lot of influence.
Big female influence.
So she can get a lot of people behind her back to support her for any good cause. But maybe I'm not saying she doesn't have enough jokes or she's not, funny, but she's not that kind of style kind of person that just can, get a crowd laughing all the time. So I don't really know for the comedy side. I think Lily Singh, she tried it, but it was bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was terrible. Lily Singh, famous YouTuber, I think she's Indian.
Yeah, I know who that is. Okay.
Yeah. She had a a little stint for a talk show host, bad. Like I'm it's nothing against her, like, but the jokes that she was saying, it was just
Okay.
so.
Yeah. Stick to YouTube, bro. Her videos are funny, but her being on TV, it kind of flips the game, yo. Like seeing all these YouTubers trying to flip the TV doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Gotcha.
It's
You know,
hard.
so
Hard fails.
it turns out Queen Latifah did have a talk show.
Okay.
It started it started in 1999 and went to 2001.
Oh.
But then they second premiered it in 2013, and it ran for 2 years after that. So it was about 42 minutes running time, and she was one of the executive producers. Jada Pickett Smith was on there, and Will, both were on there as executive producers of the show, the second run. So maybe she might be able to. I mean, let's see. You tried it twice, maybe third time on the trial, maybe.
And it's kind of hard because it's not like we're saying that women can't do it. It's just for these types of jobs, there's always like a certain mold, I guess, for them. Like they're always the most outspoken, or I guess, as the world seen as most influential, like Oprah. Everybody loved Oprah. Ain't nobody gonna talk bad about Oprah. If you wasn't watching her show, you wasn't hot.
True. If you weren't on the show, if you weren't featured on the show, you wasn't doing nothing. All right. So what about somebody like Tiffany Haddish? What if Tiffany Haddish had the show?
I was gonna go off cliff and say Beyonce, because it's Beyonce.
That ain't happening.
So, I mean,
that ain't happening.
Don't waste your time.
Right. It's just the fact that she has so many followers off gate. People are going to pay to see her, like in a concert, and just sit in the crowd staring at her and be happy with that. So I mean, I say her just because of her influence over like people in general.
She'd make some money, not gonna lie, but she already got enough, kind of.
What about the one from Scary Movie 4 or whatever, the black chick?
I know who he's talking about. I just don't know her name.
Yeah. I think it's Regina.
Regina
Hall.
Regina Hall.
So the one that's from most of the Scary movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would be interesting. She is funny.
Her personality, she's hilarious.
Yeah. Every movie I've seen her in, she steals the movie.
I wouldn't mind that.
Oh man, that's funny.
Stop.
Well, see, and look, Beyonce wouldn't work because music, right? She's in music all day, every day. And outside of music, she doesn't do much else, right? She has her clothing line that kind of, you look at her performances and things like that, and those kind of, okay, you can see why the clothing line works. But going to a talk show, I don't know that, in my opinion, I don't know that she has the personality for a talk show. Yeah, she could have followers, but that doesn't make her a good talk show host.
It may not be a good talk show, but millions of people would still watch it.
And that's the sad part.
Yo, that's the part about it. Like,
it could be terrible, and they'll still be on there watching it.
And I think that launch it off by saying like, "Oh, Beyonce behind the music" or something like that. When she's not making music, like people are gonna go like nuts for that just because it's that.
Exactly. And I think that's what they tried to do with Lily Singh, but it just wasn't working. Not at all. We might have to do a reaction video to that because it was bad.
Jeez.
Jeez. That's crazy. So have y'all ever like sat through the Ellen show? Like, and no?
2-3 minute clips, that's it, on YouTube.
Same clips here and there.
Okay. So it was okay. Like as a whole, like 1 or 2 episodes, depending on what's going on, you can sit through it, and pretty catchy, right? She always has some,
Mhm.
somebody that's coming to talk about something that they're doing or their upcoming projects. She always has, people that she's doing nice things for.
Yeah.
Or she'll see some viral sensation that comes in and they have a conversation. You're like, oh, wow. And especially if it's like adorable kids, like, oh, yeah, oh, they have so much fun. And then she likes to scare the mess out of people, which is hilarious. Like those, I'd watch those clips all day with the people jumping out of that middle table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for that to happen so many times, yo, like I will be staring at that joint every time just to be prepared. But people still fall for it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Before I sit down, I'm opening it myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and sit on it, yo, just to be safe. Hey, sir, that's not a chair, y'all. Don't worry about me.
We good. Why are you so close? You're in my bubble. Oh, too funny. All right, what else is going on? What else is going on out in the world?
Biden trying to raise taxes.
Sheesh.
Don't apply to me.
Why don't apply to you? You an adult now.
Yeah, but he raising it for that high
Celebrities?
class.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm about to say, yo, look at Eric's background, yo. He is that high class.
He can stay in office.
I'm in middle class, respectfully.
So we haven't gotten to that class yet. Well,
Not yet.
Not yet. So we cruising. By the time we get in that class, he probably gonna be out.
Probably.
I wish they would make like perfect candidates, I feel like I agree with a lot of Republican ideals, gun ownership,
Saving money,
right reasons, wanting to save the rich people from having to pay taxes. Because one day I might be rich. I don't want to have to give all my money away.
Rule the world, huh?
Yeah, stuff like that. But then the Republicans also be saying some foolishness. I just can't agree with,
Right. It's sad. Why is it that we have to pick between the lesser of two evils? Right?
Foolish.
It doesn't make sense to me. Why should we have to select a candidate that is called the lesser of two evils? Like, so ultimately both of them are evil with
we're terrible.
It's terrible background, and it's like, but you got to choose one of them. And then it's not like, let's be completely honest, somebody that's saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled is going to be in that office. Because let's be for real, you got to tell the truth, and they're going to tell the truth. And it's like, it's covered under the blood at the end of the day. But we don't want to hear all that. We don't want you preaching to us. What? No. Man, but lesser of two evils. Like I've never understood that. Why we have to go with the lesser of two evils? Why could we just have somebody that's that stands for the word of God, right? That knows what he's talking about when it comes to financial stability and helping one another, balancing things, and doesn't have a whole bunch of skeletons in his closet. Like, why? Why couldn't we just find one?
And then nobody knows the third party. And then
Never.
And then the person they leave that little option that says you can write whoever you want as candidate. Ain't nobody else gonna vote for the same person as you.
Hey, Kanye got on there, bro. A lot of people did that when he was doing that.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
Crazy.
I'm surprised you didn't get more people.
Well, I'm not too surprised, only because let's be completely honest, the way he was on Trump, it's like, okay, you can't be fully like in Trump's bandwagon and say, oh yeah, now I'm gonna run against him as a independent. No, you might as well be a Republican, but good and well, they're not gonna vote for you 110%. No, they're gonna go with the person that's representing their party. So, and then we weren't foolish enough to say, oh yeah, let's go jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, definitely not.
Then he started talking about Harriet Tubman. Foolishness.
Sadness.
How do we get to politics? I forgot the question. The original,
It was Jason. He started talking about some taxes.
Oh yeah, taxes.
No taxes. No new taxes.
But it's crazy though that in other countries they say that the taxes are more expensive over there than over here.
Really? I mean, but you got to look at other countries, what they get for having higher taxes. Like I know other countries don't have health care. So like if you get sick, you just go to the doctor, get treated, and go home, no bill.
Yeah,
that's why the taxes.
Tuition.
Yeah, free. The tuition system is better. Like I hate to say it, yo, but they low key stunt on the U.S. when it comes to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. They stunt on the U.S. in a lot of different reasons. It's not even just the taxes.
Yeah, so it's a lot of different reasons, but like I wouldn't mind paying a little more taxes to not worry about healthcare, like to not have to go through a pain when I have to put in a form to go to the doctor because the military says I need a physical. Like, yo, you wouldn't believe the amount of work I got to do to go get a physical, like the paperwork thing. It's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. John's gonna peep when he joins up, but it's.
I don't know about that.
It's just like, bro, it's some stuff is insane with that.
And the buffoonery of this road work. This road work been going on for about like 10 years now. Doing Route 1. And every time on 95 in the winter and the rain, there's always potholes and they're always trying to repave the roads. It's just like, come on, man. Y'all taking your time. I'm ready to drive.
And they're using trash materials, so they got to do it every 2 years.
Exactly.
So by the time they get a quarter way up the road, they got to turn back around and redo it again because the joint's already messed up.
That makes no sense. They could just let it dry for a little bit, allow people not to drive on it for a little while, and then just go about their business.
Nah, you don't know Americans, bro. They be driving through cones. Yo, tell me why the parking lot at my job is getting repaved. Yeah, I watch so many people drive around the cones and still park, and I'm like, yo, are you good? Like,
bruh.
People don't care. Cones is just another obstacle to drive around. It's like the park anywhere lights. They don't care.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of driving, on 95, passing the Dumfries exit, there's that Dumfries landfill that always be stinking when it rains and it's super hot all the time. Supposedly, in a couple of years, they're gonna make that land a casino land. They're gonna make my face exactly. They're gonna make, supposedly this is what I heard, that they're gonna make the land like one of those horse racing tracks that you can bet on. And because supposedly there's some law that a certain amount of years there a landfill can only stay there for an X amount of time. So supposedly Dumfries, I don't know how, instead of the Prince William Parkway landfill is not up, but the Dumfries one is going to have to move in a couple of years, and then they're going to start making plans to make that a casino, like a casino lot, so that people can bet.
It's going to take so long to move that trash. Unless they burn it.
Unless they burn it, which I hope they don't, because it's about to smell.
Ain't no way they can burn it. That got to be illegal.
That has to.
Environmental laws. Somebody got to stop them.
Yeah, but so y'all know Dumfries has a little casino over there, right?
Yeah, the Rosies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so supposedly this is supposed to be like an extension of Rosie's or its own part. I don't know how, but
wow.
I mean, yeah, what's stopping them from throwing a little dirt on top of it and pat it out and call it a day?
Exactly.
Well, that's what they did in Virginia Beach.
That's all I see.
Mount Trashmore. No, I'm serious. That Mount Trashmore is a old school dump. They covered it over, and as you can imagine, it made a huge mound. They made a huge mountain out of it, or whatever, and they surrounded it with with other land. So it's like, oh yeah, we just grew some grass around it, and everything's still biodegradable that's in there.
And it don't stink.
It's covered over. It's buried so deep in there. Yeah.
I mean, with a couple layers of gravel, some cement, some tar, bro, you good. That's all they gonna do. They're gonna cover this joint up and be like out of sight, out of mind.
All right, so I just pulled it up. Check this out. And this, I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty. What their plan is, looks pretty nice. It looks like a whole MGM kind of a scenario. But it says it's called the Rose Casino, is proposed for Dumfries landfill site in 2023. So in 2 years, and that says it's if approved. But they said the Rose Casino would be a $389 million facility run by the Colonial Downs Group. That's a lot of money. That could have gone to somewhere else. Almost $400 million. It says that the facility would create 640 jobs. Woo woo. Even though you could have given that money to a whole bunch of schools, but whatever.
Yeah, how much of this money goes to Dumfries?
Looks like zero.
Nah, they look. If Dumfries approves that, they getting something from it. Come on.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna put it in my area and not give me something for it. That doesn't. They're gonna get something for it. Yeah. I mean, they're getting something from Rosie's right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they let something that big. Because think about it. For $400 million, there is probably going to be a hotel attached to it.
Oh, it is. It's in the picture.
Yeah, 100%.
Because actually, it says right here that is almost half the size of MGM, but it says it's a 50,000 square foot gaming space, 8 bars and restaurants, 7,000 square feet of meeting and event space, 200 hotel rooms, and a 1,500 capacity theater, and it's 40% of the size of MGM.
That's crazy. In Dumfries, though?
In Dumfries. And like you said, you was that they were just probably gonna put some dirt right on top of the trash. It says it's gonna be built atop
Yo,
built atop of the Potomac landfill. It's crazy.
Cement over it and build it up from there.
Don't make no sense.
Bro. You can walk through like, y'all smell that? No.
There's a leak. There's a leak down in the engineering room.
No, that's just outside.
Oh, that's crazy. Like I can't even begin to imagine how bad traffic is going to be.
Oh my god!
Even more in that area, like 234. Trying to get people into Dumfries and trying to get people towards the Manassas area is already a pain without something like that there. But now they're bringing a whole casino there.
Yeah.
And it's right next to like a trailered area as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, y'all asking for
too much.
I mean,
too much trouble. You asking for a whole lot.
I just want to talk to the guy that had the idea to cut that 4-lane highway off over by the church and drop it to 2, like immediately. Right. I just want to talk, bro. Like, what were you thinking when you done that?
Bro.
Like that traffic be stopped all the way up past the Lorton exit, and it just doesn't get better.
So they got a little updated picture. It's a 79-acre park that they're planning on building right next to the gaming resort. So it might not fully be a little horse track, but I mean it looks like it's enough room for a little horse action. But it looks like some homes might be cut off based on the plans, because there's literally a neighborhood right next to it, like across the street.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they can only ask you to move and offer you some money, bro. If you say no, they just gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. Until they make it sweet enough to where you're like, look, we'll pay you such and such. You can buy 2 houses with this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Is that where Tent City is?
That might be one of the tent cities. There are a number of tent cities around. They have that one that's behind the Safeway off of, where is that? That's Old Bridge Road.
Isn't there one that's like sort of beside the DMV?
Yep, there's one back there. There's one by that behind Sakura. There's a building back there.
Yeah, that's I was thinking that one. That's the one that's like you kind of got to go beside Toys R Us to get towards it or something like that? The old Toys R Us?
Oh yeah, they got one back there. Yeah, so there's that one right there. But you know where Hilton Chapel is?
Yeah, over there.
The PRTC building and all that. There's a big one sitting like right behind that, and then over by that hotel.
Our old Kmart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That too.
So isn't Tent City just like a they don't bother us, that we don't bother them type deal? Like they just kind of set up in the woods and no one can really mess with them because it's the woods?
People depending on which one you're going to, they got mayors in some of these tent cities. Like in order to go into the tent city or to go and talk to people, you gotta get permission to go in there.
No, I'm saying like government wise, like they can't, like the police can't go back and say, yo, you guys gotta vacate, stuff like that.
Technically they can,
but who want to go in the woods?
But they're literally at a disadvantage. But I promise you, watch what happens when it comes to like casino land, right? If a casino moved into one of those areas and they're like, oh well, we need these people out so we can get in there,
it's about to be war.
They're gonna move them out quick. They're gonna find a way to get them out.
That's quick. A movie right there. That's a movie. That's a 2-hour documentary on NBC. I don't know. That's just like the crazy part right there. I mean, like they got their way of living, and I mean, it's not hurting anybody, but money is money. So that's how they're looking at it,
right?
Basically, and they living off the grid, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Aesthetically, it looks nice. Like the plan looks good. Like it looks like something to visit, even though if you're not into betting, because it looks like they have a nice little area for families. Because Eric, we were at the Neabsco little walk park kind of thing, a couple of weeks ago or so. It's like they have that, like they made a whole park just separate so people can just sit by some water, go on a little couple trails. Like I see like they got like 3 or 4 trails walking around. So it looks nice, but it's like really like on a landfill in Dumfries.
Where they gonna get the water from?
I don't know. They got 3 bodies of water, one off on its own, and then they got a big one that has like a little stream in between the trails that connects to another body of water. So it's like I don't know no ponds next to the landfill, but
right. And what's gonna be going into that water?
Right.
Don't worry, guys. Our water is trash free. The fact that you got to say that makes me
make no sense.
Yeah, but no, this area is supposed to be building up a whole lot. Because even back by Potomac Shores, they were trying to build a new VRE that's supposed to be going there, and then there's supposed to be
Potomac Shores.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. They're building a new high school back there, and a whole it's supposed to be getting lit over there. But there's also another place coming up that's supposed to be like a big town center. You know how they did the town center in have y'all been in the Reston Town Center or the Dulles Town Center out there? No. Well, it blew up. Like there's stuff everywhere in this town center, and over here it's supposed to be like a town center with different shops and restaurants and water features and things. And I'm like, are y'all putting that on the water, or are y'all making man-made water? But the way it looks is like, wow, people that own that land right now, when y'all buy them out, y'all really gonna buy them out. And I was looking at it when I was looking at houses. Mom told me about it, and I was just blown away when I saw the pictures. I was like, where what bridge are they gonna put this?